We got UFC 320 fight card picks. PFL Dubai today. We're going to make some picks there. UFC 320 Alex Pereira versus Magomedov Ankalev. Corey Sandhagen, Enter Sandhagen versus Marab the Machine Davalishvili. Main event, co-main event tomorrow. Las Vegas. Let's go. Let's go. Here's our picks. You got Magomedov Ankalev. He's the champion. Versus Alex Pereira. Minus 285 favorite for the Russian champion. Plus 230 for the former two-division UFC champion, Poatan. I'm going to go with Ankalev via decision. Marab Davalishvili, the champion from Georgia, versus Corey Enter Sandhagen, the Georgian champion, minus 380 versus plus 300 for Sandhagen. We're going to go with Marab. I'm going to go with a finish, round 3 or 4. And the fight everybody's talking about. Well, the fight I'm talking about. Shiri Prakashka versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. Let's go. Minus 180 for the Chechen, Jiri. Plus 150 for Khalil. I'm going with the upset. Roundtree Jr. gets it done. Decision. Another banger at featherweight. Another one. Josh Emmett versus Youssef Zalal. Josh Emmett plus 330. Zalal minus 425. The Moroccan. Wow. I'm going to go with Zalal. To round out the main card, another banger. Abus Nurmagomedov versus Joe Pfeiffer. I'm going to go with Joe Pfeiffer. Let's hit the prelims real quick. Atiba Gauthier versus Tristan Vines. I'm going with Gauthier, Cameroon. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Muniz. I'm going to go with Shabazian. Chris Gutierrez versus Farid Basharat. I'm going to go with Basharat. Danielle Santos versus Jo Song Yu. I'm going to go with Yu, South Korean. Women's bantamweight, Macy Chiasson versus Yana Santos. I'm going with Yana. Patchy Mix returns versus Jakub Wichlax. I'm going to go with Patchy Mix. Welterweight bout, Punali Sunariano versus Nikolay Verenikov. I know, I hacked it. I'm going to go with the upset from Kazakhstan. I'm going with Verenikov. Welterweight bout, Austin Vanderford returns. That's Paige Van Zant's husband. Versus Ramiz Brahmaza. I'm going to go with Paige Van Zant's husband. In the first fight of all 14 on UFC 320 fight card, the very first one, early prelims, Dan Hardy's wife, Veronica, versus Brogan Walker. I'm going to go with Hardy. And there's your picks. And I want to touch on PFL Dubai. That's today. I'm going to go with Paul Hughes. Upset win over Nurmagomedov. That's my picks. That's my picks. Let's get into some UFC news now. Right? Conor McGregor says Mike Perry better win versus Jeremy Stevens at their BKFC event, or he'll be fired. We've heard that one before, right? I don't even think Conor McGregor can fire Mike Perry. I think it's all shtick. Why would you fire, the face of the company anyway? I know he's making a lot of money. Reports are Perry makes $1 million plus per BKFC fight. 1.1 million. That's why he hasn't fought in a while. Can you imagine that? 1.1 million. Platinum Mike Perry. Go get it. Get you some, player. Get you some. All right. UFC 320 tonight. I mean, today we'll have the weigh-ins. Tomorrow night we'll have the big event in Vegas. And then the PFL event will be on tonight. That's from Dubai, so it's probably a weird time. Most likely it'll be this afternoon, probably, because they had the weigh-ins early yesterday. So you may even have a noon or 1 afternoon show today. Here Friday. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's see what we got here. Israel Adesanya picks Alex Pereira by decision over Ankalev. Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary was announced for UFC. I believe it was UFC 322. Yeah. And then Arman versus Hooker. That one is UFC Qatar. Let's just double check that one. You might have Bilal versus Ian on the same card. Dustin Poirier wants to box again. Well, wants to box, right? He retired, 2 months ago? And now he wants to come back versus Nate Diaz. But that's not even a retirement. That's like, hey, let's take a break a little bit. You know, I mean, boxing, MMA, it's the same deal, right? You're going to get in there and fight. You're going to go to camp. The only difference is you're going to not train MMA. You're going to train boxing, footwork, cardio, boxing, footwork, cardio, you know? You're just going to work on your conditioning. MMA, you got to train all sorts of stuff. Jiu-jitsu, wrestling, takedown defense, you know, everything. Kickboxing, all that stuff. Do we want to see Dustin Poirier back in the ring? Octagon? Of course we do. He's not done yet. Welcome back, Dustin. You never left. The White House card, Dana White says it's going to be $700,000 to replace the lawn after they're done. Just $700,000. No big deal, right? They're probably going to make hundreds of millions from this event. What's $700,000, right? I saw a funny tweet, a comment under that. It said, yeah, call my brother Jose. He'll give you 50% off your lawn work. I was like, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's what we got. We got DC. Robert Whitaker says, this is what Robert Whitaker said 2 days ago. He said, prime Daniel Cormier destroys Alex Pereira at light heavyweight. That's Robert Whitaker. Do I agree with him? Absolutely. Prime DC was something special. He would have picked him up, he would have dropped him, and he would have just ground and pounded him. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, Alex Pereira maybe could have caught him with a couple kicks and a hook and dropped him, maybe. But Daniel Cormier during his prime was something special, guys. He was something special. You got a beef going on with Alex Pereira and Tom Aspinall. It's heating up. Alex Pereira says he's moving up to heavyweight soon. Magomedov Ankalev says he's moving up to heavyweight soon. Conor McGregor says the UFC, they have 2 more fights on his contract. Now he hasn't fought in 4 years. 2 more fights on his contract. So you got 1 at the White House, maybe. 1 at the end of the year, maybe. By that time, he'll be 38, going on 39, pushing 39. Would the UFC sign Conor McGregor at 39 years old? I doubt it. I doubt it. Conor McGregor is great at staying relevant in the news. He's one of the best at doing that. His MMA career faded away. He got some ownership in BKFC. Smart move. Smart move by everybody. David Feldman. You know, Conor McGregor. The proper whiskey thing. Sold. Still has a little bit of lawsuit going on with Artem. Artem will cash in eventually. And now he's got BKFC. He's got a microphone. BKFC has an event every weekend. At least three a month. So Conor McGregor now has a platform to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. And to make money. What a smart man. I guarantee his income is slowly, well, not slowly, it's drastically diminishing after, not fighting, some investments being sold and whatnot. Publicity, bad publicity over his sexual assault case. He lost sponsors there. He lost his Proper 12 sponsorship due to that. It was a lot of money, probably $5-10 million a year. I don't even see Proper 12 whiskey ads anymore in the United States. Nowhere around here. So who knows what even happened to that brand? Who knows what happened to that brand? I don't know. Something to think about, right? What do we have going on here? I mean, that's pretty much it for the news. It's the weekend. We got a big event today, PFL. Tomorrow you got UFC 320. People ask me what my parlay is, so I'll give you my parlay and then I'll say goodbye. My parlay will be Marab, Jiri. Have a great day, fight fans.